Question 15. Which of the following correctly expresses n as the subject of v equals 3mn squared over r? An equation written in fraction form can be expressed using the division symbol and brackets where required. Let's look at the original equation. We got v is equal to 3mn squared all over r. So there are implied brackets around the numerator. And when it's in fraction form, those implied brackets are not shown. But when we write it using the division symbol, so in other words, writing it in a single line rather than vertically, we need to show the brackets as well as the division symbol. So rewriting it in that form, we've got v is equal to 3 times m times n squared in brackets. Now this represents the numerator divided by r, where r is the denominator. Now the question is asking us to express n as the subject of this equation or formula. At the moment, v is the subject. So that's the pronumeral that's on its own on the left-hand side. So I'm going to apply reverse BIDMAS. So I'm going to work from outside the brackets and then work into the brackets until we isolate the n. So at the moment, whatever's in brackets here is being divided by r. I'm going to move this division by r over to the other side by performing the inverse or the opposite of division, which is multiplication. So moving this divide by r over, we can rewrite the equation as r times v, or rv, is equal to 3 times m times n squared. The next step is to move this multiplication by 3 over to the other side. And the inverse or the opposite of multiplying by 3 is to divide by 3. So we have rv over 3 is equal to m times n squared. We could move this multiplication by m over to the other side in the same way. So the equation becomes rv over 3m is equal to n squared. Now if we look at our responses, we can see that option B and C do not contain an rv over 3m. So immediately options B and C are incorrect. So we have rv over 3m is equal to n squared, but we want to make n the subject, not n squared. So the inverse or the opposite of squaring a variable is to take the square root of it. So to cancel out this squaring operation there, we take the square root of both sides. So the square root of n squared is just n. But then when we take the square root of the other side, we get two possible answers, so a positive and a negative, hence why we have a plus minus. So taking the square root of both sides, we get n is equal to plus or minus the square root of rv over 3m. Note that the rv over 3m is completely inside the square root sign. Therefore, the correct answer is option D.